What is going on, YouTube? It is Lorne here with Marshall.
Yeah.
Back. I know we were here yesterday.
Yeah,
we're back again. But it's 4th of July weekend. We wanted to do another one that was 4th of July. We also are going to do something a little different this time. So please stick around for the show. It may be long. We're going to cut it up. You can watch clips later if you don't have that kind of time. Put your earbuds in. Listen to it all day long. Promise you, you will enjoy it. And this show is brought to you by me, myself, and I at TMF Apparel.
Own sponsor.
Hey, look, man, we're our own sponsor. If you want to throw something in the super chat, that'd be cool. If you want to buy some t-shirts, support the podcast, link is in the description. You can get free as fuck t-shirts. You can get any other kind of t-shirt you want to get. We got all kinds of stuff on there. You can get the newest one that I wore yesterday that said motherfucking freedom. It didn't have to say it, but it said it. You know what I mean?
I hear you, brother.
I love it. So we are back, and we had a great response to yesterday's show.
Oh, nice.
And the Tom McDonald reactions were good, and we got a lot of good comments that I want to go over, and I want to address them, and I want people to know that we are paying attention to all of them, and I'm pretty sure I answered all the comments as well with something to that extent. And so I just want to start off by saying what we just talked about before we went actually live on YouTube about Tom, and what you just told me about Tom, and how you're 4 songs in. Marshall's 4 songs in. He is so new to Tom. He's 7 days new. He's a baby.
Yeah, brand new. And I'm a fan. I mean, I'm a fan. I'll say, regardless, I know initially I was like, man, I would like to hear some other opinions. I'd like to hear, but no, I'm sold. I'm a fan. I like, regardless of what other people think, I can only base my own opinion on what I think. And what I think is the guy's out there doing something strong. He's doing something fearless. And I admire it. I mean, and it's different than anything I've seen. So it's introducing me to an entire new way of thinking of music. And I like that. Anytime somebody's pushing those boundaries, I really like it. So I'm going to be a fan. I want to see more. I don't know when, what else is available. I'm sure he does a lot of different things. I would hope at some point we get to talk to him. I'd love to, just sit and pick his brain and hear about his journey from where he started to where he is now and where he wants to go. I'd love to find that out. So
definitely. So Tom McDonald, if you're out there, and I know you're out there.
You are
out there. You're 100% out
definitely
there.
out there.
I sent you an email. I sent you a message on Instagram. I know you're super busy and you probably get bombarded with them. But if you'd like to give us a couple minutes of your time sometime, we would love to ask you a few questions. We could even submit a couple, and if you want to do a video response, that'd be cool too. Anything at all would be awesome. Yeah, but we're trying to look, man. I've been watching Tom for a couple years, and I just remember listening to him going, man, this guy, and he didn't have near the following at all. And I just remember going, that dude is crazy as hell. He looks crazy, but the music was good. The music was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And then the guy that worked with me, one of my friends, he was listening to him too at work. And then he would say, oh man, Tom, you hear this song? We go down the rabbit hole. We listen to them all. And then you're like, oh, I really like that. And you bump, fuck me, you ride around listening to it. And then I shared it with other people. I feel like there's a song for everybody out of Tom McDonald.
Well, that could be true. Sure.
There's the political stuff, obviously, that people like. There's the Don't Drink song. I played that one for you, I think. I don't think we did that live, but that one's funny. I sent that one to Megan's dad because he gets drunk way too often.
I know
And then there's the sobriety songs. I think we played one of those too, where he talked about getting sober and stuff. So he's got a lot of stuff out there, and the message is very positive. So we definitely want to look into some more of that. I do want to kick it off with going over some of the comments and just saying thank you for watching the show. Sure. We're still, this is episode number 9. So we're just getting our feet wet in here in 2021. And let me tell you, I'll tell you how, because someone asked, who we are. They said they like the show, and I'm going to find the comment in here.
Sure.
Let's
That's
see here.
That's a tough one to answer, man.
Jeff Stewart said, new here. Who are you guys? I like the show. And nice. I will tell you that I have wanted to do a podcast for a while. And this year I finally said I'm going to do it. I've been an entrepreneur. I'm 38. I'm divorced. I have 2 kids. And I ran a motorcycle shop for the last 17 years. I started this apparel brand, TMF Apparel, last year when the COVID hit. I just went all in on that. And I don't know. I found myself pretty easy to get along with most of the time. I'm pretty chill. Can't really offend me. And I got into the stand-up comedy scene when I got divorced because I was just, I want to be around funny people. It just made sense to me just be around funny people. And so going to open mics, and how I even ended up at the brew house is total. I don't know. I had no plans to go there. It was never even on my radar of things to do.
Really?
Yeah. So
why? Why not?
So I wanted to go down and do a stand-up thing, right? And a small backstory is my dad took a stand-up class at the Punchline. The guy's name's Jeff something or other. My dad signs up, and he's retired, takes 8 weeks of comedy class, and then says, hey, we're doing the graduation. Would you come out and watch the shows? So we went. My mom went, and like 8 of us went. Nice. And, he went up there, and he was funny. And everyone was like, I can't believe your dad went up there and did stand-up. And I was like, yeah, that's freaking crazy. It was crazy to us. Right? And so I was I had met this girl through my divorce, and I wanted to go down and do something just outside of my realm. I said, I want to go tell some jokes. I am usually like at work, around my friends, I'm always funny. I always say shit that's funny. I'm like, dude, that's hilarious.
Funny. You say funny shit.
I say funny shit sometimes.
Right.
And or sometimes just the viewpoint is funny.
Right.
And I thought, you know what, if I write down some of these ideas, maybe it'll be funny.
Fair enough.
And so I bought 2 tickets to the Laughing Skull Lounge show. It was called the Comedy Clubhouse. And so the premise was you went down there, you put your name in the hat, and if they drew your name, then you went up on stage and you did 1 minute or 2 minutes of material, and then they did a crowd work for 1 or 2 minutes, and then they had a wheel and they spun the wheel, and whatever topic it landed on, you had to do something about that. So it was on the fly, just make it up. And I went down there and I was like, man, maybe I'll get to go. So that was our plan. So we go to eat in Little 5 Points. We're at the yacht club, have dinner, and we're throwing darts in the back. And there's this chalkboard on the wall, and she picks up the chalk and she's drawing on the chalkboard, some design or whatever. Out of the bathrooms comes this guy, and he looks at her and he looks at things, and he just strikes up this conversation with her. Hey, what do you got? Whatever. So, and she was super friendly. She was very easygoing, easy to talk to. And so she's talking to him, and he says, hey, by the way, my name's Black Ass Tim. I'm doing a comedy show right around the corner at the brew house tonight. And I was like, dude, we're going to a comedy show. It's at 10. It was like 7:30 or something. It was earlier because we just ate dinner. And so I'm like, yeah, we'll come check it out. Why not? So come over there. So we go over there, and there wasn't a lot of people, And so he's like, oh, sign up. Just sign up. He said, you're going to go do comedy at the Laughing Skull? And I had never in my life done comedy. Never been on stage. So she's like, put your name on the list. And I was like, I didn't prepare anything to do this. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I can just go up there. Like, whatever. Right. So she's like, I'm going to put my name up. And she's not a comedian. Right? But she's like, I'm going to go tell a joke. And I was like, okay. So she goes up there. She writes her name down. I thought she wrote my name down, honestly. I thought, this is it. She writes my name down. She writes her name down, and I didn't. And she goes up there, and she tells a joke, and it pretty much bombs. But she's a cute little blonde girl.
Right.
And whatever.
Right.
She was so mad at me because I didn't write my name on the list. She wanted to go home. She was like so pissed.
Oh, fuck.
So I thought, we're going to the other thing. That's what we're going to do. It's what we came to do. So we end up, I ended up talking her into going to Laughing Skull. We go down there. I get my name pulled, which was awesome. I told a joke, a premise of a joke that I'd been thinking of, which was, it was a Halloween-based joke. We were there in October, so it made sense, about how kids would be, like, you better give out good candy or kids will fuck your shit up. Like, don't be an asshole on Halloween.
Right.
Kind of joke. And then we did crowd work for a minute, and then we did, so I did the Laughing Skull thing, and that was the night, and it was fun. We had a good time. And then me and her, she kind of parted ways, and life changed after a while. And I was back out. My divorce was fine. I was living on my own. I didn't have anybody here. It was just me in the house. And I was like, I'm going to go back to doing that. Like, I want to go do that. Right. So I looked up the open mic list on Google, and I went to all of them. And I ended up going back to there. And Tim remembered me, and he remembered her, and he was like, oh, yeah, put you up. And I'd been working on more things, more premises and stuff. So sure. I was going to Nima's open mic. I was going to, it is very addictive. So I was going to them, and the brew house became the place that I loved going to the most. Absolutely. The atmosphere was great. Yeah. Tim is awesome host of any show
host in the city.
And the DJ was great. Amber J, that was her name, Amber J. I had a brain fart last night, but Amber J was awesome. And they play music for you, come out. You're a freaking celebrity when you're down there, and there's 10 people sometimes, It's amazing. And so I remember going down there, and I remember seeing your sets, and I loved them. I loved the sets, and I was like, dude, I've got to talk to that guy. And toward the end of my, the time that I was going there at the time is the time when I really sat down and talked to you, like I think 2 weeks or whatever. And then I didn't make it back down. You were going somewhere with your boy, your son, on a trip, and I'd think about it from time to time. And I was doing my TMF podcast, and I was talking to our boy Luke Johnson there from Perth, just me and him, middle of the night on a Sunday, and I was telling the story of the brew house to him, and I was talking about you, and I was like, man, I gotta find that guy. It's so funny. I wonder what he's doing. He goes, you have to find Marshall. And I was like, I do. I need to find Marshall. So out of the podcast that I started, sitting there talking to Luke Johnson from Perth, Australia, in the middle of the night on a Sunday, I said, I'm going to find him. And I got up the next day, and I messaged Tim, I messaged Lolly, I messaged anyone I knew that went to the brew house. And Lolly was like, oh, yeah, Marshall's on Facebook. This is his Facebook thing. And just hit him up. And here we are. This is where we're at, and it is a wild ride to get here. And, we've come from two completely different spectrums, but I think a lot of us are the same. I think the commentary is good, and I think people really do enjoy the show. And if you'd like to tell people a little bit about you and how you got here,
man,
then we'll go through some of these comments.
I'm but a motherfucking drifter. I'm just a drifter, man. I've drifted through life. I lived a million places, done a million things. I love being on stage, just like you. I mean, I love the open mic scene. I love being around those people. I love waiting for my name to be called. I love having a little window of time where people are going to stay focused on me if I can keep their attention. And I've always, the thing is, I've had so many times where people have come up to me after shows or after something, and they're like, oh, I've got this that I'm working on, or, oh, I've got this show, or, oh, I'd like to do this. And I'm always like, okay, well, sure. I would be interested. And I just remember when you contacted me initially, you were talking about doing an interview, and I was like, man, how far along are you in the process? Because if you're far along in the process, let's do a show. I don't want to just be interviewed. I mean, I've done that a bunch of times. It's weird because so many things the feedback is always so good. Wherever I've been, whatever I've done, wherever I go, open mic, I've done radio, I've done podcasts, I've done a variety of things, and the feedback's always, oh man, oh yeah, look, yeah, oh God, you made the podcast that day, we blew up that day, you were the guy, oh, the open mic was amazing, which is nice. I love to hear that. I live for that feedback, but I want to do something too. I want to. My whole thing has always been I want to expand the audience of people that can hear what I have to what I think and what I have to say. And this is, I hope, that avenue. I would like to pursue that. I want people to be able to hear. I want the world to be better. I want the world to be a better place. I like to do that I like making people laugh. I don't like making people laugh, chuckle. I like making people fall out of their fucking chair laughing. I like people to be so shocked at what they're seeing they can't even digest it. Like a lot of times people see me for the very first time, and I had a guy walk up to me in Nashville one time, and he goes, "Man, people can't even laugh at what you're saying because it's so fucking funny. They don't want to miss the next thing that you're saying. So they're like turning to each other and being shh, like to the people that are laughing so that they can hear the next thing that you're saying." He's like, "I've never seen anything like it." And I get stuff like that. And it's great. I love that feedback, but I want to build on it. And what I do is so non-traditional. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to become a comedy club headliner. I'm not going to become get a sitcom. I'm not interested in that. This is really what I want to do. This is a format that I want to be in. It gives us both the freedom to pick what we get to do. We don't have a boss. We don't have to answer to anybody. We are able to come in here and speak directly to the people and let them give us their feedback and then respond to it. And that to me is the greatest gift I could ever ask for. I'm happy. I hope it continues on. I remember you told me, I don't know if you remember, you told me that we weren't going to do this very long because you said I would outgrow it and not want to be a part of it. But
I didn't say that.
You did.
You did. That's not what I said. I said eventually you're going to want to do your own show, just Marshall, because, and I felt that your persona and your personality and everything was enough to carry yourself and do your own bit.
I hope you've changed your mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thoroughly enjoy these. I look forward to doing these podcasts.
It's awesome.
And the conversation and where it goes and the stories.
Yeah.
I love doing it. It's like an endless bottomless pit of just fun.
Well, no shit. And man, I've been through, in my life, I mean, honestly, I could the experiences that I have in my life, the things that have happened to me, starting from when I was old enough to recognize what was going on in the world, which I guess you're like 2 or 3 years old. From that moment until now, just a nonstop barrage of insane days. And I remember a lot of them, and I remember the things that I went through. And I know that when I, start relaying those events and telling those stories, people like to listen to it, and I like to tell it. And that's the fun thing that we get to do. I also like to look at the future. I like to look at what's happening now. I like to comment about what's happening now. And ultimately, I like it when a moment comes up where I know that I can hit something hard and it's going to be funny as shit. And I think people are going to enjoy it. And it makes me happy. And I work really fucking hard to do what I do. And I hope that what we get to do, my thing, and I'll make sure these people hear this, I want to incorporate that into this show. I want to include some of our live performances. I want to go with a camera and record what we're doing on stage in front of a live audience and put it out there in front of our podcast audience and let them enjoy that. I think, in my opinion, comedy stand-up is best enjoyed live.
Definitely.
And the one reason people have always said to me, "Man, if you would record your shit and put it on YouTube, holy shit, you would blow up. And I don't want people to see me in that way. I want people to see me live. I don't feel like that gives you the full idea of anybody, not just me, anybody that's doing stand-up. You don't get the full experience unless you see them live. It's completely different.
It is completely different. I will agree with you on that. And I think I enjoy like Netflix specials and stuff when they're filmed in front of a big crowd of people. If you don't have the energy of the people, the joke, everything is different. The way you tell the joke is different. The way you respond and you may go up there and say, "All right, this is the set that I'm going to do." But when you look at the people in the audience and you look at them and you interact with them through the comedy that you have, because you watch the expression on their face change as you're telling the joke, as they go from because look, man, you go to an open mic, you got a crowd of people there that are like, these dudes don't know comedy. This was $12. We're going to get maybe 6 funny jokes. And so most of the time people go there expecting to not laugh. And as you start to watch and go, oh, this is gonna be funny, or you see someone there who's trying to, keep it cool, and then you do a little crowd work with them, it's funny. And with your set is tough. You could record it as long as you could record you and the room. It can't just be you, because the room makes the set for sure.
I mean, I try to sit there during the warm up to the time when I'm going to go up, and I be aware of everybody in there.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of work, but it's the payoff is so great.
Yeah.
The payoff is so great. The reward at the end is free. Hey man, I'm going to buy you a shot. Hey man, great. Thank you. I came out tonight. I wasn't feeling great. I had a hard week. I had a hard day. And tonight I was just able to enjoy myself. Thank you. And that's just, man, you like can't thank people enough for saying that. And so I love that. And I want to bring that to our audience when we do the podcast. And I think that if we bring them some sets from stand up, they'll have a better idea of what we're talking about, because they'll be done right. Yeah. And also, we'll try to invite people. If you want to come, we'll let you know in advance. Hey, we're going to be here. We're going to do some live stuff, and we would love for you guys to be there. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I think that you will. The one thing that I try to make sure is the audience is going to enjoy what I go up to do. And I say that I've been to a lot of venues and a lot of locations over a long time, of many years. And this is my moment to enjoy the rewards of my, this is a gift from Lorne to me. I every time he calls me and asks me to come over and do the show, I'm thrilled that we get to do another one. Even tonight, I didn't even want to come. I was like, man, I just laid it out there for 3 hours last night. It's
a long one.
And he's like, hey, can you come by tonight? And I was like, fuck.
Look, man, I got up this morning and I checked the channel, and I was looking at the comments, and then we had a couple comments this morning. And then I was like, all right, cool. And then my day at work, man, look, stock market was seriously red. It was gross. It was putting me down. I was like, dude, I don't even want to be here. I need to go home and have lunch and see the kids. And I was like, I need to edit the clips off the show. And I just need to do that, because this is what I want to do too. I want to be, I want to come home, and I want to do these shows, and I want to do them elsewhere as well, and go out and I want to bring entertainment and information to people. And this is what I want to do. And so I said, all right, I'm leaving. And I drove home, and I made some lunch, and I came in here and I cut up some clips, like 4 or 5 clips. I posted them, and then, went back to work, and I was looking at YouTube again, and I was like, dude, I was like, man, we need to go back, and we need to thank the people, first of all, for watching the show. Right. And secondly, I want to talk to the comments, and I want to keep it going. I don't want to stop. Let's just keep going.
Let's hear some comments. Let's throw a couple comments up there.
We'll kick it off here.
After that 20 minutes of me.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the last time I'm talking about myself. So anybody else wants to hear about me, that's it.
There we go. I'm going to start it off with Luke Johnson's comment here.
Luke.
And because Luke has been one of our, he's followed my channel for a little while now.
Sure.
And he should be able to watch it now, because it's like 9 a.m. there. But he said, listened to the end and had no idea it was 3 hours. Went by so fast. You guys should mention COVID lockdown sometime, because my state, West Australia, Perth City, locked down and mandated masks at the start of this week. Indoors and outdoors, almost no exceptions. Literally everyone wears one for a week, because we had one person in the whole city with a positive COVID test. Like, what the F is going on? The lockdown conditions are not allowed to leave your home unless going to work or school, getting food, no restaurants, and we are permitted 1 hour of outdoor exercise. We are not allowed to travel more than 5 kilometers from our homes unless it's for work or school or grocery shopping only. And we are not allowed to visit family or have visitors in your home. Australians are not free like you guys, and most Australians online, Reddit seems to be defending this. Though this is our 3rd lockdown, and more people are starting to question it this time. Worst part is police can and do issue $5,000 fines for not following the rules. It is super common, but it has happened at least a few hundred people Bonus, we have contact tracing system where every store shop has a QR code. You scan on your phone, that you scan with the COVID safe government app that logs the data, checks in everyone who goes into that business. Every business has multiple codes by the entrance. So if there's a COVID outbreak, they can message everyone who's scanned into that business or location via the app, warn them they may be at risk of COVID. Recently, on 2 occasions, the police have used this data illegally. This data is supposed to not be able to be accessed by anyone to solve 2 crimes, despite officials and politicians saying it would be impossible. This app isn't mandatory anymore, but for 2 months earlier this year, it was mandatory for everyone to check in every single business establishment and location you went. And so that is a long comment.
It's a long comment. That's a man who's determined to get his message.
Look, I feel like it is very pertinent to our show because we are free as fuck. That's the message.
Right.
Is we want everyone to be free.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
we live, we're doing a 4th of July special here, an episode for that, which
4th of July
celebrates our freedom, apparently.
Our freedom. Well,
So, Mark, freedom from England.
right.
But that, and you brought it up a little bit yesterday, the Delta COVID thing. I think that's just I think the Delta COVID variant is a small test. I think it's a test by, I don't know, just say higher ups, governments, whatever, to go, could we do this again?
Well, here's my, I always look at things in a little bit of a broader term. I don't narrow it down to just these events. The government tries to take your freedom away every single day. They don't need a virus to do it. They don't want you to be free. They want you to obey. They want you to do exactly what they say to do. If you don't do it, they are more than ready to throw handcuffs on you and put you in jail and lock you up, and you don't even know what crime you've committed. I've been in court before, and I've had the judge ask me, do you know why you're in here today? And I'm like, no, I have no idea. I'm a free American. What the fuck am I doing in a courtroom? I don't even have my fucking shoes. What the fuck am I? What crime did I commit that I'm not allowed to wear a pair of fucking shoes? So, look, these guys are trying to lock you down. I don't think it has anything to do with a disease. There's a million fucking diseases. There's diseases everywhere. You can die of something. There's a million diseases. They're all over the fucking place. Here's the thing. This is what we should focus on. Instead of being scared of acting like one disease is worse than the other diseases, how about we try to make people healthier? How about we come up with a way, hey, the things that we're doing right now obviously are creating bad situations. How about we change our behavior, make ourselves healthier, make ourselves better defensive against these diseases, whatever they are. Look, they're not going away. There's another one coming. There's another one coming. These viruses mutate all the time. They constantly mutate. So whatever we vaccinate ourselves against, by the time everyone's vaccinated, there's going to be another virus that's more powerful than what the vaccine can protect you from. So make yourself healthy as your body can be, and be able to defend yourself against whatever is out there, because it's coming and it's going to keep getting worse. And I don't understand how people are even willing to, why are we obeying? Forget the lockdown. There's a bunch of shit that we obey on a regular basis that we allow ourselves to be subjected to that we don't even fight up against. And now all of a sudden, because they're locking you in your house, there's people out there that are working like slaves for nothing every day.
First of all, you can't leave your house except to go grocery shopping.
You can leave your house to go to your job that we need you to fucking do, that you're not getting paid for, that is making somebody else fucking rich.
By the way, every single person there needs food. They're going to go there. They're all going to go shopping for food.
Right. How can you tell me I'm not going
to
get food?
But don't worry, Marshall. I know you have to work the register today, but we got this piece of plexiglass that covers part of it. But
completely safe.
You're so safe.
I'm completely safe.
You're so
Thank
safe.
you so much. If I put a pair of rubber gloves on, I don't have a shit to worry about.
It's so crazy.
These fucking people, man.
So why not make it mandatory? Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to send everyone multivitamins. You got to take them all. Make it mandatory. Make it
No.
mandatory that you have to go outside. You got to exercise. You got to do something to be
make these
people healthy.
Make yourself fucking healthy. Take a look at your situation. Take a look at your own life. Take a look at your own fucking body. Take a look in the goddamn fucking mirror. Stand in front of the mirror with no fucking clothes on. Ask yourself, have I made myself as strong as I can fucking possibly be against whatever bullshit these motherfuckers come up with that they're going to toss at me? Because they're coming up with new shit. I fucking guarantee you, somewhere out there, there is a fucking scientist who's being paid a shitload of money by a fucking government to come up with some shit to fucking kill you. And you're not going to fucking fight it off by hiding in your house. You're not going to fight it off by wearing a fucking piece of cloth over your fucking face. You're not going to fight it off by fucking not, by doing an hour of exercise each day outside. You're going to fight it off by living a healthy fucking lifestyle for your goddamn self and making your body and your mind as strong as it possibly can fucking be. That's the only way you're going to fucking fight it off. You're not going to fight it off with a goddamn shot. The next disease that's coming is already worse. It's already out there. There's already another disease that's worse than the fucking vaccine. It's already here. People are dying of it already. Or maybe not. Who the fuck even knows?
We don't know. The data is what it is. We just have to believe it. We don't know.
So make yourself strong. Make yourself fucking strong. That's
you're right.
That's what that's what I fucking do. I make myself fucking strong. I got a motherfucker try to attack me goddamn today. Some motherfucking bitch comes up to me trying to fucking attack me goddamn today because he's mad about his own goddamn life. Get the fuck out of my goddamn face, motherfucker. You can't handle your fucking shit on your goddamn own. Get the fuck out of my fucking face. All right. I'd like to hear the next comment.
Yeah. He did have a follow-up. He said he does Uber. He says he does Uber, and I can go out whenever and do some deliveries because I am self-employed. And it's dead out there. Our main highway has almost 0 cars on it around 8 p.m.
Yeah.
There's photos of the city looking like those Chinese ghost cities. Crazy shit.
Dude.
It's pretty wild, man.
Same
it's
dude.
pretty wild. Yes, he was just following up. So I told him it was crazy. And we would talk about it.
Look, I appreciate the comment and I appreciate the passion. Now, look, you take that kind of time to write something that means something. We care.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. Appreciate it, Luke. Keep them coming. Let's see here. We got somebody that said, does Marshall play poker? He could. Then I got your poker face watching watching Tom's videos. They comment on your poker face.
What?
Yeah, man. They were like, the reaction is almost no reaction while you're watching it. So they're like, the poker face is legit. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's nice. I'll try to take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't play poker.
Wes Trotman said he wants to hear your stand up. So
Fair
we'll
enough.
definitely let you know.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna do a setup. We're gonna do a live show at some point.
Yep. And we got one here from Champagne Rain. Awesome reaction. Love the commentary. You get a sub from me just because Marshall's reaction to the girl introducing him at the Laughing Buddha open stage. I agree. You need to get some dick. Yeah. What a brilliant response.
I mean, if she's begging for dick and she's being annoying, perhaps dick will fucking solve the problem.
There you go. We add here. Oh man, my contact's a little bit messed up here. Part of the time it looked like Tom was singing into Marshall's microphone. Super great. That must have been pretty funny. I don't know what part of that was. I have to look back and look at it, but pretty good. Nice. Tomorrow, Tom does drop another video. Probably be a banger. Everyone loves his music. Let's see here. And then we've got some about the copyright strikes. What else we got there? We got Gail Shepard Cook. Great reaction. Also, Tom is dropping new video. We do know that. And then we've got Denise here saying that I would love to see your take on Struggle Jennings' song, God, We Need You Now. I think you would love it as well. Powerful message. He calls out the media and what's going on right now in America. So I'm gonna pull that up on something else, and we'll come back to that. Absolutely.
I would say we've got a handful of topics.
Yeah, we're gonna go over that. I'm just gonna
go
make
to
a
the topics.
bookmark
Let's get ready with that. I like it when we do the videos kind of
at the
towards the
last.
end.
Yeah,
of the
we'll
show.
do them toward the end. I'm just gonna pull it up there.
And that way we can. It's a good send off. You know, it pumps us back up, gives us something to watch, and it gives us something to look forward to. Are you familiar with this artist at all?
I believe I've heard Struggle Jennings. I don't know if I've heard of that exact one, but I've definitely heard Struggle
All
Jennings.
right. Well, I mean, I am always into being introduced to new music. I love.
And then we've got Cold Sniper here. It says there's absolutely nothing controversial about speaking facts and straight truth. So please stop riding the fence, worried about appeasing anyone. We are not riding the fence, bro. We're not riding the fence. I'm just saying that a lot of people would consider it controversial because it is very true.
I don't know what that dude means. I've got a strong ass fucking opinion about everything. So if you think I'm riding the fence, throw me the fucking topic. I'll tell you my fucking thoughts. I can promise you I ain't riding no fence. I don't give a shit. I've got nothing, bro. I was born with nothing. I've never had anything. I live out of my Jeep. I got nothing. So I ain't worried about losing anything. I ain't, just say the topic. If that who is that dude? What's
His
that
name
dude?
is Cold Sniper on
Cold
YouTube.
Sniper. Cold Sniper, you bring it better than that. If you're going to make a comment and accuse me of riding, give me an example. Tell me something I'm doing riding the
So
fence.
his reply to it, because I told him we're not riding the fence in there. We're simply stating that society would consider it what he's doing kind of controversial. He said, I'm not understanding your definition of controversial.
For fuck's sake.
Societal controversy can be blanketed by ignorance, as in whether or not UFOs have entered American airspace. There are two sides, one that believes and the other that doesn't. Mr. McDonald spits direct facts of reality and the way society that has become. The only controversy there is whether or not they want to recognize and accept the criticism.
Well, here's what I would say to you, bro. This is what I would say to you, Sniper. You're arguing with people who agree with you. So I get that kind of shit all the time where people, I'm like, look, man, he's not controversial to me. I don't think he's controversial, but I guarantee you there's some fucking people out there that will watch him and think he's fucking controversial.
Definitely.
And if you don't even understand that, then seriously, come at him. Bring me a fucking topic that you think I'm sitting on. Show me a topic. Give me a subject that you think I'm on the fence on, and I'll fucking tell you exactly what I think. And I'll wait for that, Sniper. I'm waiting for your ass. Bring me a comment. Bring me a topic, Sniper.
All right, we got Darius Hahn. I've got to compliment on Marshall's mullet. Clearly, it's not a popular hairstyle among Americans. Tell him about the mullet, Marshall.
Well,
How did this come to be?
I will say this first of all. A mullet is not a hairstyle. A mullet is a lifestyle. It is a fucking commitment that few people even understand. But I'll explain to you exactly where the mullet comes from. I looked back at my life and I said to myself, what was some of the very best times of my entire life? And some of the very best times of not the very best, but some of the very best times of my life were back when I was in high school. And I thought to myself, what made those times so good? And it was because I lived a mullet lifestyle. And I thought to myself, let me recapture those days and recapture the mullet. And my son did not want me to grow a mullet. And my son said how angry he was going to be if I did grow a mullet, which of course encouraged me to grow a mullet. I told him, not only am I going to grow a mullet, I'm going to grow the worst mullet that you've ever seen in your entire life. And I'd like to think I've accomplished my task. And it's not done yet. The mullet has many, many more phases to go through. When I'm completely done with the mullet, if you think it looks good now, wait till you see when I'm finished.
Do you know who Theo Vaughn is? Do you know him? You do not know Theo Vaughn.
I do not know Theo Vaughn.
He is your mullet son. There he is. This is Theo. You don't know him, which amazes me, honestly, because Theo is he's a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian. He's been on a reality TV show. That's how he kind of got started. But he is well known for his mullet, and he rocks the mullet, man.
I have respect for my mullet.
He rocks it hardcore.
I respect my mullet.
And Theo is absolutely hilarious. He does the King of Sting podcast.
The only thing I would say to Theo is start cutting the mullet yourself.
He doesn't get it cut himself.
When you
Let
when,
me,
you- when you are going to somebody else and they're styling your mullet, they're not necessarily adhering to your personal individual needs. I make my own mullet.
You make your own mullet.
This mullet grew out of a crew cut haircut that I gave myself, and I styled it all the way through to its current existence.
I'm gonna see if
No
we can.
outside interference.
Oh, he's got a hat on in this one. I was gonna find a one of their podcasts where you can see a good mullet shot.
I think it's an underappreciated hairstyle. I believe truly, honestly, it's the greatest hairstyle that was ever invented. And I'm
There
sorry,
you go.
I'm sorry, more people don't agree.
All right. This isn't bad. Where's he at there? A good Theo moment. There you go. That's a good clip of Theo with a mullet. It's got volume. You know,
I can put mine up.
It's got some good volume.
What I do, my mullet is so out of control that I've got to moose it down immediately upon the shower. Otherwise, it would be an afro mullet because my hair is out. So by tomorrow morning, if we were ever to do a morning show, mullet is wild in the morning. I can tell you.
Well,
when I go around in the morning, people are like, "Damn, son. That is a fucking mullet."
What up, John Bravo? Greetings from Greenup, Kentucky. If you have a comment you would like us to talk about or a topic, throw it at us. We were just going over some of the comments from last night's show, and then we're going to kick off our topics. We've covered some other fun stuff about how we got started, where we are, who we are, some other fun stories. But glad to see you join the show. We are, man, look, I don't know. We're in this thing here for probably about a half hour or so, and we're actually just getting started. So Marshall's got a couple of topics. We went through some of the comments here on YouTube, on some of our reaction videos. We're going to do some more. So I appreciate you stopping by and leave us a comment. And we're gonna keep the show going. We're gonna keep the train going. So Marshall, what do you got?
Well, I got a handful of things I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And I like a variety of stuff.
Oh.
So I'm going to start out with somebody who is not experiencing freedom and is not free as fuck. And that is Miss Britney Spears. And I'd like to hear your opinion of what I don't know how much you know about what she's currently experiencing. I know I've followed the story pretty closely lately, and I'm aware of where she is in her life.
Dude. So I will say this. Britney Spears, like I was there like from the beginning, right? Because she's like a year or two older than me.
Okay.
I think she's like 39 or 40.
She's 39.
Yeah, so she's a year older than me. So when she came out on the scene, it was like, oh,
She burst.
baby.
She burst on
You know what I
the
mean?
fucking
You were
scene.
like,
Yeah.
and she was like 14 or 15 when she
She
really
was young
started
as fuck.
singing. She was young.
as fuck.
Yeah,
She
like,
was making dirty ass videos at 14,
yeah,
15 years
no,
old.
believe me, I know.
Right?
I was
No,
there.
Hey, it was
And
bad.
you know, the rise and fall of Britney Spears and what subsequently has happened is unreal. It's unreal to think that, okay, so at what point in your adult life do you I don't even know how to express
She
it.
has zero
Control. It's
over any
unreal.
element. She has a birth control device in her body that she wants to get rid of, and she can't.
That's so crazy.
Because there are people that are in charge of her life that are telling her she's got to have a birth control device in her body. She was forced to perform in Las Vegas when she had
Saw
103
that.
degree temperature. She's on stage saying, I don't want to be here. I
not
don't
okay."
want to perform. I am sick. I have 103 degree temperature. Have you ever had 103 degree temperature?
Oh,
That's
dude.
near death. Like 105, I think that's almost fatal. And they're sending her up there and making her perform in Vegas with 103 degree temperature. That's insane. And not only that, she's not getting a dime of the money she's making from the performance.
She can't touch her money.
And
Is
the
she
judge decided today
today?
that it stays in place.
Oh my God, the conservatorship. Who's in control of it? Is her sister?
dad.
Her dad?
Her dad.
I thought her sister was trying to become the person in control.
She's trying to get
Either
rid.
way, how is it that you become one of the biggest pop stars of a generation, make a fuck ton of money, have a mental breakdown? I understand that because the pressure of being on everyone's
Did she
radar.
even really though? That was.
That's the question.
Did she
We
really?
don't know. I don't
Did
know. I don't
she
know.
really?
Maybe.
Did she just act like
Maybe
a
she
normal
just-
person under those
Look,
circumstances?
if I
Was that
woke up
is there
tomorrow-
a mental breakdown, if you're just like, hey, I'm sick of y'all shit and I'm getting the fuck away, is that a
And I
mental
shave my
breakdown?
head and
Or is that-
whatever. Who
Well,
cares?
she shaved her head because she was going to get drug tested and she wanted to get the fucking weed out. You know, she was going to lose custody of her kids. I know people that have done that. I know fucking people that have done that. I
feel
know
like
people that have
done that.
They were going to lose custody of their kids.
Shave their head.
They had to get a drug test. They're going to get a drug test. They're going to do a hair drug test on you, and you shave your head so that they can't trace your drug history. Your drug history is in your hair.
Yeah.
And so she shaved her head, not because she was fucking crazy, not because she shaved her head because she wanted to she smoked some weed. Big fucking deal. She's with 90% of the people that I know smoke weed.
So John Bravo said being a child star is what caused the problem. Which, yeah, I mean, look, how many child celebrities made it out into adulthood?
She's been.
Now, she's the only one that I know of, period, that has ever been treated the way she has, where she's been stripped of all control of her own life. That is absolutely. Now, there are child stars who have given up control of their life to drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be. You see them, you know, like Macaulay Culkin had a pretty bad run.
Yeah, you're right.
But
I've never heard of a
conservatorship
conservatorship being put on any other celebrity in my life.
no.
Never. And in fact, I'd love the list of celebrities that are currently. And the funny thing is,
I'm gonna
she's
Google it.
generating millions of dollars a year still. She just did the Vegas thing. I think the $30 million a year she's making. How can you be making $30 million a year and you don't get a fucking nickel of the goddamn money that you're making? That doesn't even make any sense.
All right, so here's what we've got. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen here because I Googled it, and let's see what Google returned. Amanda Bynes and a few other celebrities have had high-profile conservatorships in the past. Like Spears, Bynes is currently living under a legal limitations of a conservatorship. In 2014, Nickelodeon star tweeted about her bipolar diagnosis. Once Bynes' mental health became public, more information about her drug addiction came out. Let's see. As such, her mom was granted the right to become her conservator. Like Spears, Bynes has no longer can make decisions without her guardian's permission. In February 2020, Bynes took to Instagram to explain her situation to her followers. She also asked for their support as she no longer feels she needs that. Let's see. The Beach Boys' Brian Wilson in the 90s. Singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell had a conservatorship after suffering a brain aneurysm, but that's different.
This is what I'm picking up from this story.
Eagles
It
bass
ain't
player.
many people.
It ain't many people. They got 5.
And
Casey Kasem and Mickey Rooney had conservatives. But see, these are different. These are people
on the
who,
brink of death.
yeah, these are
Casey
people.
Kasem was being manipulated by like a
Yeah.
25-year-old chick who was stealing his money, and that sometimes is part of it. But man, come on, Britney Spears is 39 years old. She's in the middle of her life.
Oh, dude.
She's making millions of dollars. She
looks great.
She's made people millions of dollars. People have been making money off of her since
man.
she was a little kid. And she's talented. She's genuinely talented. Go up and entertain a fucking crowd of 1,000 people in the middle of Vegas and let them give you a microphone and some backup dancers and a cute outfit and let you go up on stage and entertain people in Vegas who paid what do they pay for a Vegas show? $200, $300 a ticket, something like that.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
And then tell me what is that person have the ability to control their own life? Come on, man, get the fuck out of here.
Crazy.
How is a judge looking at that situation and keeping that in place?
I don't know.
How?
It
I'll say this. This is what I'm guessing. Somebody is giving him a shitload of money to make that decision. Somewhere in my life, The one thing I've always known about anything that's happening in the world, if it doesn't make sense, follow the money. And I guarantee you, her father, who's made, he said when he took over her life, she had like $3 or $4 million. She's worth $300 million. Well, she ain't worth nothing because she's taking it all.
No,
so
it's
now
true.
he's worth $300 million, and $300 million can buy you some influence, bud.
I mean, right now they're saying that she's getting paid they're paying $500,000 per show for a 2-year contract.
Right.
Yeah, the residency sold upwards of 138 million in ticket sales.
But she ain't getting none of it.
That's so crazy. Forbes estimate 500 grand a show.
And everyone, and this is what's crazy about it. Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows it's not right.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's not fair. And nobody's fixing it. There's nobody to step in and be like, all right, this is insane. She just went in front of a judge this week. It was all over the news.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
And she was like, I'm being forced. I've got a birth control device inside my body that I want out and I can't get it removed. That's insane.
John Bravo said he'll take one show, please. I'll do one show. If she can't make it and she's not feeling good, I will substitute one show for $5. I'll tell you what, I'll do it for $450. I know she's not feeling well.
I mean,
so much fucking money.
No, but I'm just so all right. So if it's $500,000 for a show, I don't know how many people can sit in a show. I don't know how
big
the place is.
It's Vegas, a lot people.
So how many people can sit in watch one show?
Where are they at? Let's see. They weren't at Caesars. They were at began with an M. Oh my god!
How much are the tickets? I'd love to know how much a ticket is.
Where are they at here? MGM Resorts. Let's look it up. Britney Spears show ticket. Get a ticket to the fucking courtroom and go say your piece. Bro, I hear you. She'll look better and you won't sound as good. That's why I'm saying $450 seems fair. $450, I think. No concerts near that. What? Come on now. Find me. How much does that shit cost? It's got to be a couple $100. Maybe cheap seat. Yeah, from $173
to how much? What's the top?
No, probably way more than that.
I would imagine the top flight ticket's probably over $1,000.
Oh yeah, I would imagine over $1,000, easily.
I mean, if she's walking out with $500,000, there's obviously tickets for $1,000.
They've sold $138 million for the tickets.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane. It is crazy because she's not. There's no way that she's crazy. First of all, there's no way.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, but there's no way she's crazy enough not to be able to control her own life.
Right, I agree.
At her age.
Hey, if I could do something about it, I would do something about it. I would do. We fight for free as fuck. We want people to be free as fuck. Right now. Britney Spears is as unfucking. She's as unfree as it comes.
Hold on a second. Let me mute this. It's gonna. I gotta find this video because you'll find this funny.
Piece of me.
Yeah, that's the name of the show. A piece of me. Listen, everyone gets a piece of Britney Spears, except Britney Spears.
Except Britney Spears.
That's right.
That's wrong, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
I was trying to find this.
And I didn't even think this topic would warrant that long of a conversation. I thought we would get in out of it.
Look, no, man, that's real talk. That's not okay. And the fact that how long has she been under this? 12 years, 15 years? All right, here we go. Let me mute it. Let me pull it up here. This is great. This made me laugh so hard. All right, I'm going to play the audio to this. You ready? You know who that is?
No.
You don't know who this is?
No.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
All right, it's Carrot Top. Duh. Come see me at the Luxor every night.
Jesus Christ, does he have a GoFundMe or fucking Venmo or something?
That's Carrot Top. Jesus Christ, Carrot Top looks rough. That's Carrot Top, man.
And what did he say?
He said,
all right, it's Carrot Top. Duh. Come see me at the Luxor every night.
Come see me at the Luxor every night. And that lady's like, Jesus Christ, does he have a GoFundMe or something? Like, what? What is happening to Carrot Top? Oh, my God.
Carrot Top live.
Happy Freedom Day to you too, John Bravo. June is over. You've seen Carrot Top live or alive? Because I don't know. He didn't look too alive in that video.
He came to my college when I was in college.
Came to your college.
And he performed live
Oh,
in the
man.
campus center. It wasn't even in the auditorium. It was in the campus center. He had a trunk full of fucking shit. And
Dude, have you ever heard him tell a story of when he first started doing it and he had his trunk full of shit and he went to a comedy club in Alabama and he's paid to go there. It was like one of his first paid gigs and he leaves he have his stuff in the back and they go home and the comedy store burnt to the ground. He lost all his props.
I mean,
and they want him to go back and do another show.
I will say this about his props. I will say this about his props. Having seen his show live, I don't know if he enhanced them over the years, but for $10, he could replace his entire box of props. He did not invest heavily in his props. They were not expensive props. He was not out there using fucking.
Look, man, most people want to get healthy, work out, and they look better. Not Carrot Top.
Yeah,
Carrot Top should have stayed
He
skinny.
himself up. I don't know
what he
did.
did.
Some steroids or some shit. I don't
Man,
know.
he met Chris Angel out there in Vegas, and he was like, "I want to be like him." And then that's what happened.
I mean, he was
Holy balls! Oh God.
looking rough. He's looking
So
rough.
what's your next topic?
All right, let's
What else
get
you
it
got?
going. All right. Well, now that we're talking about Britney Spears being free, we'll talk about or not being free. We'll talk about somebody who's now become free. Meghan McCain.
Meghan McCain. I have not followed Meghan McCain.
Meghan McCain is on The View.
I do know. Yeah.
She was the conservative voice on The View.
Right.
She used to get into a fight every day with the other ladies on The View, mostly Joy Behar. And she's finally said, today she said, fuck it. I'm supposed to be here for 2 more years. I cannot fucking do it. I'm out. So, the thing that it's interesting to me about that is how much people talk about that show without ever fucking watching it. I don't ever watch. I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of The View, but I know all the people that are on The View. I know Whoopi Goldberg is on The View. I know Joy Behar is on The View. I know that Meghan McCain is on The View because it makes the news that I read. The fights that they get into. And they would get into fights every single day. And they would have to cut the commercial and they would be yelling at each other and it would be this big controversy. And now she's leaving. And somebody's going to have to fill that role.
Yeah.
They're going to find a conservative woman who is willing, after seeing what Meghan McCain dealt with. And I just think that it's interesting that the fights. I don't know.
I never watched The View.
Meghan McCain is John McCain's daughter.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why
Right.
I love John. I love John. People can call me a Democrat or Republican. I don't give a fuck. I'm neither one. But I love John McCain. I just thought he was a true American hero.
Okay.
I really did. And the fact that his daughter was on there, I felt like I needed to defend her.
Okay.
Even though I'm not a conservative by any means. By any means. But I wanted to see her do well. I wanted to see her make her father proud. I know that's what she was trying to do every day.
Oh wow!
Lord, here we go.
Look who's Gizmo's here.
Oh my God.
Gizmo has entered the
Tiny
room.
little dog.
The little one has shown up.
So anyway, she's done. She's free. You have no opinion.
No, I don't
This
care.
is of less interest to you than sports.
Yeah, I don't care about Meghan McCain leaving The View. That doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, those shows are so.
But
Look,
people watch them.
People watch them.
They have impact.
They do have impact.
They have a lot bigger audience than we do.
Hey, little man.
I love Johnny Bravo, or what's the dude's name? Johnny Bravo, our viewer.
Oh yeah, John Bravo.
I love John Bravo, but they got 20 million people watching that fucking show.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And so, if we get
see a
20
crazy
million
face.
people watching the show and I fucking up and leave this shit, it's going to make the news. I can't wait till the day they're like, well, fucking Marshall is off the Free and Fuck podcast. He told Lauren, he's like, you know what, man?
fair.
You didn't bring me enough tequila. I talked to Nadine today. She's like, you could bring your own tequila.
You did. It
And
was
like,
just
I
El
was like,
Toro.
I used to bring my own tequila, and he got mad at the kind I
It
was
was El
bringing.
Toro.
All right.
All right, what else?
So
What's
that
your
was a
next one?
bomb. That was a dud.
Eh,
You
wasn't
didn't.
it
You
that?
Meghan
I
McCain?
could care less about Megan
Oh
McCain.
man,
Personally.
I read like 4 articles about it.
Eh.
All right. Defund the police. Here we go.
We got enough time for this?
It's a
Defund the police is crazy.
Defund the police.
It's crazy. It's not a matter of funding the police. It's a matter of training the police. It's not a matter of the amount of money you give police to do anything. It has nothing to do with the amount of money. In fact, if anything, they don't have enough money to do the job correctly, which is why we have a bunch of jackasses that are cops that don't know what the fuck they're doing, that don't know how to respond to situations, that don't know how to treat people correctly. That's a huge problem. And when they say defund the police, people have taken the BLM movement, they've taken the defund the police movement to situations on the street that happen, only the situations that make media coverage, first and foremost, only the ones that are bad enough that someone got a video of and it made it on TV. We're not even addressing the complete inhumane and just inhuman treatment of people
Is
in
inhumane
jail.
and inhuman two different things?
I don't fucking know, but they're two different words, and I'm going to say them as two different things.
I want to make sure I'm trying to
Inhuman.
follow the inhumane
Whatever.
and inhuman.
Whatever.
Fair enough.
I've had 2 of those. Let's go.
All right.
But, it's one thing to say, all right, well, they treat people bad out on the street and they've arrested people and they assault people and they've killed people on the street. It's another thing to look at how the same police structure, once you get in the car with them and you go where they want to take you to go,
How many times have you been arrested?
probably 10, 12. I mean,
All right.
enough.
Fair enough.
I've spent enough time in the friggin' holding cell
Okay.
to know that
any
they
convictions?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, like they're all like traffic bullshit. It's nothing-
Any leaving the courtroom
No,
to go?
I didn't have to
serve?
go to Gen Pop. No, never had to
Okay.
do that.
All right.
But just the way they treat people. I watched the show. There was a show that did a pretty good job called 60 Days In. They took regular people, put them in jail for 60 days, gave them a fake cover story, and made them serve out 60 days in jail. And it's
60 days in jail
60 days, and you
is like 10 years anywhere else.
There you go. There you go.
60 days in jail, a year in jail. I'll just say this. You don't want to do it.
No,
You
who would
don't
want to
wanna
do that?
it. You don't want to face that.
You're
shit.
not Mike Tyson. You can't do that shit.
I mean,
But what I'm saying. Anyway,
So
to
defund
come back
the
to what I'm
police.
saying, defund the police. It has to do with training them to properly. They don't have training. Look, I have a friend that is a cop. She became a cop last year, and I will tell you this: I knew her for about a year prior to her becoming one, telling she's gonna be a cop. In no way, shape, or form would I ever be afraid of her as a police officer. Like, you're not going to chase me down. I'm bigger than you. I'm faster than you. So your only method of subduing me is going to be something that I can't control. Taser, gun, something. You're not, or I just like you, or I just comply. And a lot of the situations that we see on social media is just straight up non-compliance. Now, I have never been to an officer and been like, fuck you, and doing that. I'm always nice, respectful to him, because I know that this person has the ability given to him by another person to wreck my life forever or end my life forever.
All right, well, then let me ask you this question.
Well aware of that.
If you thought he was about to kill you, forget.
But why? Why would I think that?
No. Because let me explain something to you that I know from human behavior. When somebody is no longer abiding by the law, and you know for a fact they've made it clear. I've been arrested several times by people that the law had nothing to do with the arrest, and and you get to the point in the arrest where you now already know the law is not part of this process anymore. This person is not obeying the law as he's been taught to obey it. And now you are in a situation where the person who has clearly made it obvious to you that he is not obeying. See, because I know that people, when they say these things, they're like, oh, well, if you know, you were resisting. Well, let me explain a different set of circumstances that does occur, because I've been in it. So I do know what I'm talking about. And I'm not even black. I'm just a white guy who I know officers pull over. They look at my Jeep. They look at the condition that it's in. They look at where it's from. They look at me. They say to themselves, I can do whatever the fuck I want to this guy. And if he resists me at all, I'm just going to kill him. And they make that obvious to you. And it's 2:00 in the morning. And you're on the side of the road. And you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And it's you and that heavily armed, heavily protected motherfucker who's got every benefit of the doubt in the world on his side. There's no citizen with a fucking cell phone. There's no nothing. Now, you know that if you go along with what they do, and the guy has made it clear, hey, you got a violation. I'm going to put you in cuffs. I'm going to take you in. They're going to process you. You'll be out in the morning. All right. Freeze! Fucking freeze! Are you going to fucking freeze? Are you moving? Are you moving? You're like, I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Right.
And then no violation, no rights read, no nothing. Put your fucking hands behind your fucking back right fucking now. And if you do anything other, if you ask, what did I do? Why is this happening? What is going on? Why are you arresting me? Brother, you've got no rights at that point.
No, you don't.
And the next movement is a bullet through your fucking head. And you have to make a decision. Am I going to let this fucking psychopath put a pair of handcuffs on me? Where at that point, I have literally no control over my life. And he doesn't have to put a bullet through my head. He can just beat me to death. Or am I going to fucking resist that? And am I going to not? Now, in my case, I had to make decisions more than once where I did say to myself, this is a moment where you are going to make a decision. Are you going to fight this motherfucker for your life? Or are you going to go along and pray that once these cuffs put on you, he's not going to beat you to death in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of night with nobody around, and his word against a dead person's?
But what does that have to do with defunding them?
This has to do with these guys are not. First of all, I don't agree with getting back. I don't agree with the defunding the police. What I do understand is the mentality of a person who feels like they're about to die.
No, I get that. But the problem is, maybe the problem is the fact that they said defund the police, because the movement behind that is wrong. You can't take money away. They already don't have enough money to do the job. First of all,
okay,
they work long hours, way longer than they should, in a job where they encounter hundreds of people a day. They're not. No,
they're hiring people that are not.
Look, let me ask you something. How long is your shift at work?
When unless I'm working if I'm
work a
working
regular-
double, it's 12 to 13 hours.
Say
If
regular
I'm not,
shift.
I'm working about 8 to 9 hours.
Eight to 9 hours. At the end of 8 to 9 hours, how ready are you to say fuck you to every person that walks in the door?
Person I see,
Right?
so all I want to do.
Right,
is
and
tell them
that
to fuck
starts at like the 5 hour mark, maybe.
Right.
Right. And so put yourself into a position where you're just like, I have to deal with every day
Right.
somebody
I get it.
crazy.
No, I
So
don't think it's an easy job.
no, it's a difficult
I would
job.
never want to do it.
And I don't feel like they have the training, and I don't feel like they reinforce the training to deal with people, because you go to the police academy, it's like 8 weeks or something, or 12 weeks, and you learn obviously laws, and you learn how to drive a car, and you learn how to use tactical gear. And then after that, training's over. You're in a car. You do this now. This is your job. And Jocko Willink put it the best when he was asked about defund the police. And he said, they don't need to be defunded. There are cops out there who went to training 15 years ago who have never had hands put on them in their fucking career. They've never pulled a gun and shot one at somebody ever in their life. There will come a day when somebody will put their hands on that person and they will not know how to react. They will be so uncomfortable that they will kill them. And the problem is that they're not trained. He goes, when we're in the military, we're in the SEALs, we train. We have one mission. We will train 6 months to go do one mission, to execute one mission. And after that mission, we will have another mission. And we will train for that mission. The problem with the police force and law enforcement generally is that there is no training. You go through it one time. After that, it is what it is. There's no post-psych eval. There's none of that.
This is another part that I think, in addition to the lack of training, in addition to the lack of funding, because look, I'm not a defund the police guy. I brought the topic up not because I support it, but because it's out there and I want to discuss it. What I would say about defund the police is this. It's not just about defunding the police in terms of bringing this problem. Their authority is so absolute. You're handing absolute authority into the hands of somebody that doesn't necessarily know how to handle that power.
No,
and
you're right.
Maybe in some cases it's not even their fault. This is my potential solution, and maybe this is what I want to run by you more than anything. What if we did this? Because I feel like as a show, what we want to try to do is not just discuss controversial things, but potentially propose some solutions.
Okay.
Here's been my solution to the problem with the police. And I think we've even talked about this maybe once or twice before, because we've talked about the cops a few times on this show. Is de-escalate the situation between yourself and the cop. So if a cop pulls you over and you have no violent offenses, maybe you have an administrative issue. Maybe you got a ticket, you forgot to pay it, you forgot to show up or whatever. Now, under the current set of circumstances, the cop, with all the authority that they have, they are the judge and the jury, and they can grab your ass and pluck you out of your day. You were late for work. You were speeding to your job. You accidentally went a few miles an hour over the speed limit. You now have a cop on your ass. He's pulled you over. You're like, oh, fuck, did I pay that ticket? Did I get that ticket? Oh, shit.
Right.
Now the guy's coming up. Excuse me, I'm going to need you to get out of the vehicle. And now it's on.
Right. No, you're right. And I've been in that situation where you're like, fuck, I want to sleep in my own bed.
Right. Yes.
I do not want to go with this dude. But at the same time, look, let me tell you, I've been arrested for shit that was,
I got a solution.
Whatever. You did that shit.
I got a solution.
But we talked about the solution. We did. I remember.
The solution is, if you've not committed a violent offense, if you haven't done anything other than something administrative, if you're good other than the fact that you had some minor disruption to your life earlier, the cop says to you, hey, you've got this problem, you've got to take care of it. You're going to get to go back to your house. I'm not going to arrest you, because let me tell you something. Once you get arrested, you're not just getting arrested.
No.
Your car's getting impounded.
Yep.
You're not going to work the next day.
Yep.
You might lose your job.
Yep.
Your wife's not going to be fucking happy.
Nope.
You might lose your wife.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden you've lost your job, you've lost your car, you've lost your wife. Because you were going a couple miles an hour over the
and
speed
you
limit.
forgot to
And
show
all
up
I'm
or pay the
saying
ticket or
is-
whatever.
All I'm saying is let's figure out a better way, because I can assure you this. While you have gone over the speed limit and been arrested for this offense, there are far worse crimes going
definitely.
on around that should be addressed.
Yeah,
And
you're
this
right.
cop's time, I always think that. I'm like, dude, am I the worst fucking criminal in the world?
There's like 4 cops show
Why?
up to take you in.
Why am I being arrested by a trail of cop cars when there's other people out there
The
that
Hamburglers out there. Yeah, no, it's crazy, right?
Let's come up with a solution.
We did talk about that. Going, look, we're gonna issue a new court date, and since you missed that one, I'm gonna show up with a bus. We're gonna come pick you up. We're all going to court. You and everyone else that missed it, we're gonna show
Your
up.
cars, you're
Car's
going
at
home in
home.
your car.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're gonna sleep in a bed.
Yeah,
you
I
have
agree
a lot
with you.
to think about.
I agree. They shouldn't, you miss a court date for something like that. They shouldn't issue an arrest warrant. They should issue, maybe a reminder. Maybe you don't have a police, like a sheriff. Maybe you have whatever else they propose, like social worker. Somebody come and be like, hey, look, why didn't you go?
Well, I think that the fund the police effort is geared towards that. In other words, instead of a guy with a gun showing up at your house, a guy walks up to your house and is like, and you talk about all these confrontations, man.
Right.
You get these guys. We've got a warrant out on this dude.
Yeah.
And what's the warrant for? Breonna Taylor. They had a warrant.
Yep.
A no-knock warrant. And I'm saying these are people sitting in their house watching TV, man. I've been sitting in houses with people watching TV.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a fucking cop showing up and coming through the door? Look, you and I are sitting in a house, all right? I can promise you this. I don't carry a gun, but I'm always armed. I got something on me that can kill you. So that if a motherfucker drives into the gym parking lot when I'm trying to walk to the fucking thing, I've got something on me that I can kill that dude with. So we're sitting watching TV at a friend's house. 3 of us. We actually have a third friend. Imagine we have a third friend.
Okay.
We're watching TV. The door busts open. I'm not complying to whatever is being shouted at me by the person that comes crashing through the door. I'm fighting for my life.
Well, there's going to be 2 sides of that. There's going to be fight or flight. There's going to be the person who fights. There's going to be the person who just lays down and, they were, look.
What are you doing? You
don't know.
You know how to fight as good as I do.
Yeah, but you don't know what you would do until the doors kicked in. And unfortunately for the people in that apartment, it went the wrong way.
I've already thought it through.
I don't think about it. I don't think about it at all.
Well, you don't worry about it. But
I worry about it.
What if it happened?
I'll worry about it then. I'm not a worrier. But I think the problem is that when you say defund the police, that message is already very well hated by
Is
a
there
lot
a
of people.
better system than what we currently have?
There's a better system, but you got to come up with a better name. You got to come up with a better slogan than that.
Okay, so we're now down to the.
You're going to tell
verbiage?
people, yeah, you're down to the verbiage for sure,
So
100%.
even if the message is.
What do they want? Do they want to take away money from cops? Do they want to take? They want cops to go away.
They want to keep people from dying.
Yeah, I get that. Train them. Go in there and go. All right, look, we need to have a value. Look, as you're a cop, you're dealing with people every day in fucked up situations.
Behind bars, you think the worst criminals ever?
I think there's a mix of all of them for sure. I mean, there's people behind bars that don't need to even be alive because they've done heinous crimes to people.
Absolutely,
for sure,
no doubt.
And there's people behind.
They're going to meet. They're
going to die eventually.
There's justice.
Yeah.
There's justice inside prison.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
Eventually.
If you've done something bad enough, the dudes in prison know what everyone in there has done.
Yeah, I mean, eventually it's going to happen. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that are sitting in there waiting on a court date. There's a lot of people sitting there just, rotting away for
executive offices on the 50th floor that have committed worse crimes than you're not going to ever even imagine.
I know.
There's people sitting in political offices right now that have murdered people all over the world, and they're not in trouble at all.
It's crazy, man. It's a wild ride. All right, let's do one more.
All right, one, two, one, so we can end on.
Let's do one more.
On a more
What do you got?
note. I mean, they're all.
And then we're going to listen to Struggle Jennings.
Oh, okay. That's why I like to do the video.
Yeah, we'll do that
That's why I
last.
like
Yeah.
the video.
All right, what you got?
Trump organization charged with crimes today.
Did they get charged today? I know that it was expected.
No, they brought.
Okay,
brought
so-
the CFO. They brought the chief financial officer, Weiselberg.
Trump
brought it to
organization
court.
charged with running 15-year employee tax scheme. I think my honest opinion is that this is the beginning of the smear campaign for 2024. That it will go nowhere. Because I promise you this, if he has been evading taxes in some way, shape, or form,
That's what Capone went to prison for.
some way, shape, or
That's what
form,
Capone went to
the
prison
IRS on such a high profile person knows exactly what that dude is doing. And I promise you this, there is out of 380 million people in our country,
Sure.
12 of them probably understand Donald Trump's tax return.
Maybe less.
Maybe less. It's got to be the most complex form that you can
no
even fill
doubt.
out, right?
No
People, he employs too many people, he owns too many things. There's just so much. There's 0% chance that anyone who's mad
15
about it.
charges.
Yeah, well, you can
15
charge them with
15
anything you want. They have to prove it.
Well, I mean, look, you know.
I don't think any of it'll stick. I think it'll all just it'll be drawn out. He came out. It's very convenient that 2 weeks ago he did a first rally since he disappeared from the political scene. His first Trump rally. He has hinted heavily at running in 2024. And
Which I hope he does.
and if he does,
I hope he does.
we'll
That
see
would-
who his running
that
mate
would
is. It
boost
will not be
me.
Pence.
Oh no.
No, it will not be Pence. There's a solid chance it'd be Candace Owens. Very good chance it would be Candace Owens, which would be, look, if Biden, Kamala run again and you put Trump and Owens on the other side, you might as well bring back celebrity death match. They could be claymation. It could be real. I don't care. But if you look at two old white dudes who picked two young black women to be the running mates on opposite sides of the arena, I mean, it is it's white versus black, and let's go.
Imagine the fucking vice presidential fucking
Oh,
debate.
well, I tell you this much:
would
Candace
happen
Owens would rip Kamala Harris to shreds.
Well,
She
look,
would rip her
here's
to
what-
absolute
she's
freaking garbage.
She's a former,
Candace Owens,
attorney general.
feisty woman.
She's feisty, no doubt. I know
Kamala
feisty.
Harris, yeah, she's a prosecutor, all that
Kamala,
shit, but
she's
dude, Candace
an
Owens wouldn't
attorney
care.
general.
She wouldn't give a shit.
And she's currently the vice president of the United
I'll tell you what.
States.
I'll tell you what's happening right
I'm not
now.
even rooting for her.
I'll tell you what's happening right now. Candace Owens and Donald Trump both have a shovel and they're digging up some shit. And right now, the Democratic side just said, all right, well, keep it going. Keep investigating them. And it's going to be a giant waste of money. It's going to be a giant waste of time. Everything
you
they've
don't
done
think-
so
you don't
far.
think Trump has committed any crimes?
Do I think Trump personally goes out there and actively commits crimes? No. Do I think people that work for Trump? I don't. I don't think he's got the fortitude. I think people that work for Trump actively do it. I don't think he goes, look, man, imagine you're Donald Trump. What did you do today? What did you do? What did you do? What was your day look like? Does your day look like, I'm going to, you know what I'm going to wake up and do? Fucking something with tax. No, he doesn't know enough. He pays people to know it. And he's probably presented.
Let's be more honest about what he does.
Okay.
Let's be more honest. 'cause
We don't
watched it
know.
on January 6th.
No,
Let's
we
be
didn't.
more honest
No,
about-
that's
let's
going to be a
more
different
honest-
show.
Let's be more honest about what he does.
We're going to
Let's
watch
be
Alex
more
Jones
honest
do a
what he
different
does.
show.
Let's be more honest about what he does. Because I'll tell you what he really does.
Okay.
Donald Trump surrounds himself with people that can read his fucking mind. And they know exactly what he expects them to do. And he doesn't want to have to write it down. And he doesn't want to have to put it in a text message. And he doesn't want to put it in an email. He wants to be able to sit in a room
Perfect.
and say to somebody, we need to resolve this situation.
Plausible
We
deniability.
need to make sure that this person is taken care of. We
Maybe.
need to make sure that this person gets what they deserve.
Maybe.
We need to make sure that this is paid for.
We don't know, Marshall.
Bro.
We don't know what's
We
happening.
know.
We don't know.
I've been in those rooms.
You haven't been in his room.
Not in that one,
Hey,
but I've
that's a
been
big
in
difference.
enough of them.
But that's I think that is
You're gonna
the
defend
entire.
him. Hey,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna.
defend
The great
him.
thing is he's gonna run,
Oh yeah, no.
and
he's
we're gonna
run.
get. We're gonna
None
get
of
to
this
watch.
is gonna go through at all. It's gonna be just like every other thing they do. They try to impeach the dude. Tried to impeach him damn pretty twice.
Well,
And
I will
It's
tell
not
you what they're
happen.
gonna. I'll tell you what I think they're gonna do. First of all, 15 felony, 15 second-degree felonies.
Okay.
I believe what this guy is facing. He's the CFO. How many charges is he facing?
15 felony counts in
15
connection
felony
with alleged
counts.
tax
All right,
scheme dating
that's-
back to.
that-
05.
hey, let me tell you, regardless of much you dismiss it, that's no bullshit. If you're that dude, now let me tell you something.
they are not charging Trump with anything.
Right. Hold on. Cohen went to jail. Bannon was facing prison. What's his name?
Stone. Roger
Was
Stone.
supposed to go, was days away from heading to prison. These were some of his top dogs.
Yep.
These
But
were some of his big. He
And
does
at
not
the
have the
same
power.
time-
He does not have the power of pardon.
he doesn't.
He doesn't have the power of pardon.
Doesn't need
and
it.
now this motherfucker's facing 15 fucking counts. Look, they're gonna put him in a room. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Regardless of what you say, they're gonna put that motherfucker in a room. I've been in the room with the fucking cops when they do this shit. They're gonna put him in a fucking room and they're gonna let him know, and they're gonna let his lawyer sit there right next to him, and they're gonna say, "Look, motherfucker, we have 15 fucking felony counts against your ass. And we know that the only reason you've got 15 felony counts against your ass is because Trump fucking set you up to do it." And they're going to fucking flip that. They're going to try as hard as they can.
Yeah, they're gonna
Whatever.
try-
Look, they're going to point to the dudes that Trump has fucking cut loose. Trump is no loyal dude. He said the same kinds of things about Cohen that he said about this dude. Almost exactly. When Cohen was facing charges initially, he's like, he's a great father. He's a great man. He's worked for me for years. That's the same fucking statement that they gave out about this dude. And they're going to look at him and they're going to put those articles in front of him and go, "Look, dude, you're headed down the same path. Do you want to serve 3 years? Even if you get 3 years, do you want to go? Do you want to go do 3 years for him?"
Witch hunt. I don't think it'll stick. I think. Look, you can charge someone with anything. You got to prove it. If they can't prove it,
They spent 5 years going through that paperwork.
man, you don't know what they did. I'm telling you, they spent the last 6 or 7 years trying to find something on him to lock him up with, something on him to get him out, and nothing sticks to that dude. So he's got. Look, maybe this CFO did some shady shit. Maybe there's a bunch of people around him that did shady shit. They're not going to connect it to Donald Trump. Just because he worked for the Trump
If
organization.
that guy flips on him, Trump's fucked.
No, that guy would have to flip and point directly a finger at him,
Right.
with evidence
Right.
at him. He's not going to have it. I don't think I don't think he's that involved with whatever the fuck they're doing here. I don't think he's that hands on with it.
The
And
beauty
so you're not
of it
connected.
is, we will see.
We'll see.
It's like predicting a sports
Yeah,
outcome.
We'll see.
It's like predicting who's going to win the series.
Place
It's like
your bet,
predicting who's
motherfucker.
going to win the championship.
Place your
All right,
bet.
I know you want to watch this. I know you want to watch this.
Yeah, let's get on to this one,
this
and then
video.
it's like 10:30. We're going longer than I thought we would. But we'll rock and roll.
Hey man, you brought me over here in the
I
dead
know.
of fucking middle of the week.
Throw on some headphones. We're gonna play it. We're gonna pick up Struggle Jennings here. We're gonna watch it.
This is by the way, my first Struggle Jennings.
first one. Yeah, first
Have
Struggle
you,
Jennings.
and you're familiar with this.
I have definitely seen Struggle Jennings before, for sure.
And this is recommended from a commenter / viewer.
Yes, a listener asked us to listen to it, and also they wanted to know your some feedback on the message and everything.
Our
So-
feedback. They want to hear from you too.
All right, let me make sure. Yeah, I'm going to mute that. Okay, so we can hear it. They can't hear it, so it's going to be quiet because I don't want to get striked. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right, there you go. So I will give you the background real quick, and then you can tell us what you think.
Sure.
He Struggle Jennings. It's off his Wikipedia. Born May 31st, 1980, which makes him 41. Professionally known as Struggle Jennings, an American country rapper from Nashville, Tennessee. He is the grandson of country musician Jesse Coulter, the step-grandson of Waylon Jennings, and the nephew of Shooter Jennings, whom Harness adopted his stage name. He was incarcerated, drug-related charges in 2011. In 2013, appeared on Yellow Wolf's mixtape. So that's who he is. He's got a look, man, famous country family.
Right.
And he's out there. Obviously, he's been through some shit, even though he's probably born into a pretty decent life. Let's be honest. You don't become, the grandson of some famous ass country people who got a lot of money.
In Nashville.
But that shit don't matter, man. Look, people have a life. Everyone
Sure.
makes mistakes.
Right.
And clearly, he is doing something after his whatever he went through in life to try to bring a positive message to people.
Here's what when I hear that, we're all looking for the truth. I hear that a lot. A lot of people talk about the truth. We've seen that in most of the music videos
Right.
that we've watched. The problem that I think we're having right now is that I don't know that everybody can agree on what the truth is. What I would say is that we've got to start, you got to find your own idea of what the truth is for yourself. Like, you watch these guys, I don't know where they stand, but I agree with the message that they're saying, no matter whether they're conservative, liberal. That's why I don't believe in any of this. I want to hear the truth too. I believe we're watching a puppet show.
Yeah.
I believe we're definitely watching a puppet show every fucking day. And that's why I love what we do, honestly, because we're not a puppet show.
Right.
There's nothing puppet about. We don't even plan it.
No, we don't. Just say, what you got?
We
Right.
are going to throw out a topic,
And I think
I'm
that's,
going to try to be researched and plan where I want to be, and my knowledge, I want it to be strong. If we don't have it, we can look it up. We can verify facts. Everyone's looking for the truth right now, and I like that. I like the fact that that's being thrown out there in music. I don't know I agree with his truth because I don't know what his truth is.
Right.
All I heard from that song is we're being lied to. The truth is being covered up. We don't, and we want to hear and live the truth. I agree with that. Do I know that I agree with what his idea of the truth is? And now you choose to chew a loud dog toy. Right now, we got like 30 seconds and we're out. And
He's
you're
like,
grabbing a loud
he's
dog.
giving you the light.
Right. That's the light. No, man, but I mean, I want to know the truth.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that when I'm saying it, whatever I'm saying, it is the truth. I love that message. And I'm glad people are out there saying it.
Right.
I would love to, anytime I see stuff like that, I'm like, I'd like to see more.
Yeah.
So that I know, because the more you hear somebody, the more.
One dog toy. To rule them all, Marshall. He was like, listen,
No, man.
you fuckers have been in here for a
Dude,
while.
I had a guy throw a stool through a window behind me one time, so I'm used to distractions.
No, it's good, man. I think the message is positive, and I think that it's just a slow-moving train in the right direction. It's just going to take a while to get there. That's all.
Yeah, I like the way we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, we're headed in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, man.
It is almost 11 p.m.
Let's do
We've
it.
crushed
Let's wrap it
We've
up.
got a fun weekend ahead.
Let's
I
wrap
hope
it
everyone's going to have a fun weekend ahead. So
All right.
let's
We'll
wrap it up, man.
We'll walk them out.
Take
Some
us out,
people live
Marshall.
free. Some people die free. And some people are just living free as fuck.
All right, man. We appreciate you guys.